Born just 15 months apart, the Murray brothers have enjoyed enormous success on the court and a special bond off it.
Typical brothers, you know, love each other one minute and knocking lumps out of each other the next. They used to have wrestling bouts. They loved WWF. And I was downstairs and I just heard this thumping from upstairs. I went up to see what they were doing. The duvets were on the floor. There was a step ladder and the lampshade was swinging. And I went, what are you doing? I said, oh, we're having a ladder fight, which basically means you knock lumps out of each other. You hold somebody down for, you count to 3, and then you run up the ladder and you hit the lampshade, because on the TV you go up the ladder and you ring a bell. You ring the bell, you've won the bout. So they were recreating what they saw on the television.
When Andy was on the tour and Jamie was really trying to break through on the main tour, you know, Andy was obsessed with Jamie's results, and it was almost like he took more enjoyment out of Jamie's wins than he did of his own. And likewise, I think sometimes people would expect Jamie to be a little bit jealous of Andy's success, but it couldn't be further from the truth. I think they have a great relationship.
I started playing when I was 4. My mum was tennis coach and we used to go around there when she was coaching the older kids and kind of run around at the back of the court and pick up balls and things like that.
In his last year of under-12s, the top 3 players in Europe were Rafa Nadal, Richard Gasquet and Jamie. That's how good he was at a young age.
I would have known him since we are 12. I remember he was very good. I remember he was a champion when he was young, him and his brother. I'd say his old hairdo was something which always comes to mind when I think of Jamie. I mean, he had this hair that was, it was enormous. It was like a mop on his head.
What made you put your hair? Probably maintenance issues, I think, with it. There's a lot of hair going on here. I needed to kind of get rid of it. But it's funny because you think it's cool at the time, and then when you see photos like 5 years later, you're like, what was I doing?
Fashions may come and go, but that brotherly bond will never change.
This is our sort of gym warm-up area. Players come here obviously to warm up for their matches, cool downs, that sort of stuff, and you never know who you might bump into. There's a couple of Muppets floating around, pretending to do good work.
Andy owes a lot to Jamie, the fact that Andy is so mega competitive in everything that he does. And I think a lot of Andy's drive as a young child and teen came from having an older brother who did everything better and before him.
Not that we probably realised it at the time, but we were, I guess, kind of spurring each other on to try to get better because we always wanted to be better than each other.
When they play doubles together, Jamie is the boss. Absolutely no question.
He says me, but he doesn't really like to listen to me that much, so he's quite a headstrong guy, I think, so I've got to manage it carefully.
And of course I am enormously proud of them, but I am also enormously proud of them as young men. You take the tennis and all their achievements and that away from it. They're good boys, they're humble, they're hard-working, they're great role models. They're good kids, and that's what I'm most proud. They're good people.
Next week on ATP World Tour Uncovered, it's back to Beijing for the China Open. And we're in Tokyo for the Rakuten Japan Open Tennis Championships 2016. Don't forget to log on to atpworldtour.com, where you can cast your vote for the atpworldtour.com Fans Favourite Awards presented by Moet and Chandon, and chat with us on the ATP's official social network MyATP, powered by Vixlet, and on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. See you next week.